Hi guys, today I'm doing a review and draw. I'll be drawing a doodle related to the game I'm reviewing. The game I'm going to talk about is Elden Ring. I'll be doing a spoiler-free review, so I'll just be talking about the overall experience from my playthrough. Let's talk about the rating first. I rate this game a 10 out of 10. This is one of the best games I've played. It took me around 110 plus hours to finish the base game. There are just so much content packed inside this one game. There are something new to discover in every corner. It's like a combination of all previous From Software games into this one game. The amount of content in this game is really crazy. In the beginning, you play as a Tarnish. As a Tarnish, you are on a mission of fixing the shattered Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord. When you first step into the world of Elden Ring, it feels like a breath of fresh air. This game is basically an open world with Dark Souls mechanics. This time around, there are some new additional features, like horse riding. The world of Elden Ring is huge, so riding a horse is the best way to travel. I believe players can choose to travel by foot too, as there are different routes on the map. To be honest, if I'm only walking in Elden Ring, it would take me so much time to finish the game. All areas in the game are unique. Everything is just beautiful. Some of the environment really makes me speechless, like I would just stand at some of the places and appreciate the beauty. I was mind blown by the size of the world as well. As you travel, you'll find more maps along the way. As a result, the map UI keeps expanding. I think this system is really good as it keeps the player guessing the actual size of the full map. It's really impressive how you can reach anywhere that you can see. What distinguishes Elden Ring from other Souls games is the freedom to go anywhere. You're not restricted by anything. You really feel a sense of exploration while playing the game. In Elden Ring, you can use summons, which I believe is a new addition to the Souls games. You can use summons through in-game items that you can get through treasure box or dungeon explorations. I think this additional summoning system makes fighting much more exciting. The summons will help you fight the enemy, and each summons are unique in design. There are many weapons and job classes for you to choose from, which is nice when you want to play around with other attacks or spells. Sometimes you might need to change your tactic when fighting different enemies. For me, I like close combat, so I'm always using a sword in the game, but you can always choose other weapons like bow and staff if you like long-range battle. There are also so many enemy types in the game. The enemy in each region are all really unique. They literally comes in different shapes and sizes. There are some repeated enemy types though throughout the game, but there are always some slight tweak to their property. The bosses are amazing as well. The design of the bosses is just immaculate. Each boss has a different fighting style which keep the gameplay fresh. Just like the Souls game, some of the boss transformation are just ridiculous. Let's talk about the story of Elden Ring. At the beginning of the game, you will be presented with a lot of lore, but as you progress through the game, you learn more about the world and the characters that resides in it. Then you start to see the full picture. Some people may not like it, but I like the obscure world building and the storytelling of the game, which I think is one of the charms of From Software games. Even after finishing the game, I don't think I understood the full story of Elden Ring. I did connect some of the story elements through some dialogues from side and main characters, but I believe there are so much more under the surface, so much more secrets that I have yet to unveiled. As for the graphics in the game, like the quality of the texture and 3D model, I would say it's close to Dark Souls 3 and Sekiro. Some people might think the graphic is lower compared to some recent AAA games, but to be honest, for me it doesn't bother me that much. Everything else in the game make up for it. Like the gameplay and story are just so compelling enough that I just don't care about the graphics. Let's talk about the mood and setting of Elden Ring. I think in Elden Ring, the world is much brighter compared to the other Souls games and Born game. It's filled with so much sunlight and green fields in certain areas. I almost feel at ease while riding on my horse around those areas. But there are some areas that are just so grim and dark, like the previous From Software games. It really builds up tension, like you don't know when you'll be attacked or ambushed. In Elden Ring, you can also play with other players by summoning them with an in-game item. Playing with other players is really fun. It's really helpful when you're stuck in an area or fighting a boss you just can't defeat. Sometimes they do leave some questionable signs or guidance, but overall I enjoy the online multiplayer experience. As for replayability, I would say this game has huge replayability. You can start a New Game Plus after finishing the game. I'm not going to start a New Game Plus soon because I think it's just too much for me. The amount of time that will be dedicated to the game is a lot. By playing a New Game Plus, I think you can try out different playthrough, like making different choices with the characters and encounter different scenarios. One nitpick for me is that this game is one of those games that gave me gamer fatigue. I felt a bit tired halfway through the game, but not because the game is bad, but it's because there are just so much content to uncover. In the back of my mind, I don't want this game to finish. I want to take in all the details in the game, but at the same time, I just want to get to the end of the line and fight the final boss. Final thoughts on the game is, whole experience is just mind-blowing to me. This game is one huge puzzle for you to solve. So many events and locations in the game that seems unrelated to each other, but actually connected in some ways. I'm really looking forward to the next From Software title. I highly recommend this game to any fans of RPG and open worlds. I think this is one of those games that worth every penny for the amount of content it provides. The amount of detail that's put in the game is really inspiring to me. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.